their iPads and you name it, and everyone now is going online to look for information. And 87% of travelers use the internet for where they want to go, planning their holiday and deciding and things like that. And as a sector, how are we doing in terms of that? Maybe for the big operators, they are there, but for the small to medium enterprises or small to medium operators, we are still lagging behind. And this is an area we really need to be strong on, because as of last year, 34.6 people looked for information on the internet about visiting destination Zimbabwe. And if we are not on that digital platform, we may miss the opportunities of global reach. We may miss the opportunities of converting those potential into actual visitors. Those are just figures to show the billions who are on their mobiles, the billions who are on their, who are using the social media active, and the penetration of that technology. And Zimbabwe has a penetration rate of 49.5%, and the use of internet and social media in business is still very, very much limited. Maybe to attest to that, Zimbabwe Authority introduced an online registration system, and the takers of that system are very, very limited. Also, the submissions of returns can be digital. We are really encouraging us to make use of the digital platforms for marketing, for doing our business, and everything that is related to that. I think I've come to the end of my presentation, and I hope we have managed to take one or two statistics that will help your business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sophie Zireba, for that presentation. I think in summary, what you have just shown us is that it's not all doom and gloom, but we have not yet arrived there as the tourism sector in Zimbabwe. And I think at this stage in time, this then leads us to begin to think, if we are to move forward, what should we be doing going forward? What should be our vision as the tourism sector? What do we want to set for ourselves? What core values should be guiding us in doing so? Ladies and gentlemen, as I lead you into thinking about that, it is now opportune that I call to the podium Dr. Kareko Gagaseke, the Chief Executive of the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, to come and whet our appetite with his presentation. And thereafter, we will have a plenary session where you also get to input into these presentations that we have received in this first session. Dr. Gaseke.
Very good morning to you all. Good morning. Okay. A very good morning to you, Victoria Falls. Good morning. No, thank you very much. This is our third workshop in a series. We've done, like we've been told earlier on, we've done Harare, we've done Bulawayo. Today we're here. And on Monday we'll be in Masvingo. Next day, Tuesday, we'll be in Mutare, then we'll come back to Jinoi. We really want to consult genuinely. This is not a PR exercise where the ZTA and the ministry are just trying to show the industry that they can consult. No, we are really consulting you, and we want to genuinely do that. I think we are ready as a sector to take off. I think we are ready, given this new dispensation. What is this? Oh, Barbara, are we ready as a sector to take off?
We are
Are you sure?
getting there.
You are.
Yes.
You.
As Victoria Falls, we are.
We are. We are as Victoria Falls ready to take over. Where do you want to go?
To the likes of South Africa and other countries in the region.
You know where you want to go?
Yes.
Okay.
This is part of the way we are going to be reaching the consulting and working together to ensure we are not an add-on destination, but actually a destination that people can visit.
Okay. I think you are very right. This is part of what we are trying to do. Strategy, strategy, and strategies. These are what will take us where we want to go. So my presentation is talking on direction setting. That's why I was asking Barbara those questions. We must know where we are, like what Sophie has been telling us. Unfortunately, I'm coming in, I must say this, I'm coming in when the plenary session is supposed to start. The plenary session in terms of the program is supposed to start at 9:10. It's already after 9:10. I'm saying this because of ZTA who want to say you took a lot of time. I don't take a lot of time. I'm just starting now when the plenary is supposed to be starting. So I'm already behind, and I cannot hurry this session. This session to us is very important. It is critical, and it's one way to hurry it. And I'm telling you that I will not hurry this session. It must be done properly so that people would understand and move in the same direction. This is the session where we're talking about direction setting. Direction setting is where you decide where you choose for yourself where you want to go. And I've been asking, I asked a very simple question, are we ready to take off? Where do we want to go? That is basically where we are. When we set our direction, we want to know which way are we going. Because without knowing where we're going, we can any road can take us there. We can go anywhere. Without direction setting, you can take any road and you can reach anywhere. So we need really to make sure that we go where we want to go. Direction setting involves vision. It involves vision, and it involves the core purpose of the sector. What is the purpose of this sector? What is this sector supposed to be doing in the economy? It then involves the core values which I'll talk about, and then it involves strategic direct objectives. So basically, I want to start talking to you about the vision. Why I want to talk to you about the vision? Because the vision is very critical. Because without a vision, there's no way we can go. And what is a vision? I'll try to be fast to cover up for the time. A vision, the vision which is envisioned future, consists of two parts mainly. First, a vision should be a long term. A vision should be long term in nature. 10 to 30 year audacious goal where you are looking in the long term. You are not looking in the short term, you are not looking even in the medium term, you are looking long term, and you are coming up with a very big goal, which you are simply saying, this is what I want to achieve. A vision, if it is a 3-year vision, is not a vision. It should be long term. A vision is followed by a vivid description, which we are going to talk about. The goal should be future-oriented, should be aspirational, should be clear, should be compelling, should be realistic, and above all, should be inclusive. A vivid description is a mental picture that you form within your mind. A mental picture when you say, I've reached my goal, I've reached my vision. You should have a mental picture of that vision. Today you're not there, you are simply saying tomorrow, next year, whatever year, I'll be there. You must have a mental picture of what you are thinking about. Think of a vivid description as translating the vision from words into pictures, creating an image that people can carry around in their minds. What is happening? What I'm saying is that a vision should be long-term, audacious goal. Second, it should have a vivid description, which is a mental picture that you create, and you carry around that mental picture until you reach your vision. But the question is, do we have a vision as a sector? The answer is no. The answer, what is happening, please? What is happening? You should have tested these instruments before people are here. Okay, I'll give an example of the ZTA vision. The Zimbabwe Tourism Authority came up with a vision that was approved by its board some years back, and we say as ZTA, we shall be known as the most dynamic national tourism organization until that change the face of tourism in Zimbabwe. That's what we want to be known. We are simply saying we shall be known as the most dynamic national tourism organization that changed the face of tourism in Zimbabwe by 2025. The left there, by 2025, we shall be known as the most dynamic national tourism organization that changed the face of tourism in Zimbabwe. That is the example of a vision of ZTA, and this is the example of a vivid description. When we achieve our vision, we shall be known as a dynamic national tourism organization that changed the face of tourism in Zimbabwe and promoted the destination globally as a paragon of sustainable tourism development. Tourism will be the contributor to national economic development. National tourism organizations, other authorities or national or tourism boards around the world will use the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority as the benchmark for their performance as we will stand for excellence. That is an example of a vivid description where we are translating our vision into a mental picture, and we are saying, just giving an example of ZTA. This is the destination vision. Marketing. ZTA has got two aspects. ZTA is a corporate, so it must have its own corporate vision. ZTA also is in charge, is supposed to be leading the marketing function. So we also work with the industry. Some of you are here, you know the consultations that we took to come up with a marketing strategy that we already have, which is subject, of course, to review after this sector strategy. And the destination marketing vision was to be known as a unique and attractive tourist destination in Africa by 2025. To be known as a unique and attractive tourist destination in Africa by 2025. What should the tourism sector vision be? What should our vision be? I want to just delimit interaction at the end of the session. I want to be interacting with you as we go. What should be our vision be? We must start by asking one person. Do we have a vision for the tourism sector? Okay? No one wants to answer. I will answer for you. The answer is a straight no. We don't have it. Can you switch off? Can you switch it off, please? The answer is a straight no. We don't have a sector vision. So how have we been operating? How have we been going without a sector vision? The industry has been driving tourism, and I want to say the industry has been doing well in their own way as corporates. May you please switch off my phone, please? Please, Mayor, please switch it off. It's making noise. I'm sorry for losing it and switch off. Okay, I'm simply saying we want to applaud the industry for having done what they driving the tourism industry in the manner they've been driving the tourism industry. But what the tourism industry has been lacking, like we've been saying, like we always say this, we from government, we say tourism is government-led, private sector-led. No, public sector-led and private sector-driven. Government-led and private sector-driven. The private sector has been driving tourism, and we don't have anything to point at that. I think we've been doing well, but it's not been led properly because we've been doing it without leadership. Leadership starts with a vision for this sector, and it is the responsibility of government to bring you together as the sector, the tourism sector, and come up with a vision. And we've been operating without a vision, and in Harare, they say that, I think I can quote Shingumyeza, we said we've been, if it was a football match, but you are Shona, we say Chipupupu, which is meaning we're just kicking the ball anywhere, anyhow. The ball was there, but we're kicking it anywhere, anyhow, and without really having systematic, because we don't have the vision. So, I don't want to say why we have a vision. I think you all know. I think you all know. I don't want to keep on referring to Barbara, but I think we all know. Can anyone just give us a this is why we need a vision? I've already said it. The government was not leading in that area. The government was not leading in that area. That's why we don't have a vision. So we have heard from our previous minister the famous 5-5-15-2020. I know we all have heard about this. Some of us here we've heard about this. He was very popular for 5-5-15-2020. He thought he was pronouncing his vision, but alas, it was not a vision. As Bishop said, as Bishop moved, there was nothing, there was no visionary about that. That was not a vision. 5-5-15-2020, which we all know, very popular, was not arrived at through a consultative process like what we now. A vision for the sector must be consultative. You must consult the sector genuinely, seriously, including not to sit in your office with your PA and one other officer, and you write 5, you write 5, you write 15, you write 20, you say that is the vision. Then you start accusing those who follow you, who may be known not to be following slavery. When you start questioning, you start accusing those who question that they are not supporting your vision. No, there is nothing like vision as a minister. Even if Minister Mufumela was there, I was going to say, the vision should be from the sector. Must be led by government, yes, but the sector must come with the vision. You don't come with the vision in your office and you say, support my vision. No. That is what the previous minister did, and I am not talking of Minister Mbwembwe. Minister Mbwembwe was there for 2 days. The real previous minister. You don't have to come with in your office when you are sitting with 1 or 2 officials, and then you come to the industry and say this is the vision for the sector. No. The sector should sit like this, and this session of vision is quite critical. You must come up with your own vision, which you must then agree that is the vision for the sector. I have taken time on that because I just needed to emphasize that the 5/5/15/2020, which we're hearing from the former minister as our vision, is nowhere near a vision. It's not a vision. It can be reduced. The 5 is a strategic objective. The other 5 is a strategic objective. The 15 is a strategic objective. The 2020 is the long term, which if it was long term. 2020 is not long. It's a medium, short term actually. So basically what I was simply saying that there was nothing visionary about what we are talking here as a vision. So how do we arrive at our tourism sector vision? I'm saying to arrive at our sector vision, it is vital to reflect on the sector visions of other destinations. Trikuti, what we are saying is that we as Zimbabwe were lagging behind. We are lagging behind in terms of sector strategy. Other countries, including, for your own information, Rwanda, I'm not talking about South Africa, which has got a sector strategy. South Africa got their independence 14 years after ours. We got independence in 1980. South Africa got their independence in 1994. But they've come up with a vision, not yesterday, 10 years back. They've come up with a vision after independence. They decided to sit as a sector and came up with a vision. They came up with a strategy, a sector strategy. We were watching and we were not doing anything about it. Kenya have been having a sector strategy for donkey years. I don't know how many years. More than 20 years. Kenya has been having a sector strategy. Actually, more than 30 years. Kenya has been having a sector strategy. Rwanda that came out from the genocide last recently already have a sector strategy. What is happening with us in Zimbabwe? We are very good at talking, but we can't do things that are good, that we know are supposed to be done. But I'm not blaming, never should I blame the industry for this. This, because tourism is government-led. Government was supposed to lead this sector in coming up with a sector strategy. And government did not do its work. Government did not do its work. So we are saying, let us look at those countries with their sector strategies. In their sector strategies, they came up with their vision. Let us see what has happened. South Africa has come up with their sector strategy. This sector strategy is more than 10 years old. It's not actually, it's actually under review. It's actually under review now. And they are saying, in the sector, they came up with their sector vision, and they said, rapidly and inclusively growing tourism economy that leverages South Africa's competitive edge in nature, culture, and heritage, underpinned by Ubuntu and supported by innovation and service excellence. Rapidly and inclusively growing tourism economy that leverages South Africa's competitive edge in nature, culture, and heritage, underpinned by Ubuntu and supported by innovation and service excellence. That is the vision as it is now today, South Africa tourism sector. They come up with their sector strategy, and this is what they say is their vision. People from South Africa here, If I'm saying what is not true, they might say, no, we don't know what we're talking about. They know I'm saying the truth. This is their sector strategy. They've got a sector strategy which has got this vision as the lead. So that is South Africa. What is Kenya? Kenya has come up with also their sector vision, but it's more like, to me, it looks more like a marketing. It's very much biased in marketing. So they want to make Kenya one of the top long-haul tourist destinations in the world, offering a high-end, diverse, and distinctive visitor experience. One of the top long-haul tourist destinations in the world, offering a high-end, diverse, and distinctive visitor experience. That is what they are saying, Kenya. And sure, I think Kenya are trying to live their vision. If you look at Kenya statistics, and you look at the Africans who visited Kenya compared to the other destinations, Kenya recorded in 2016, I don't know, 2017, only 24% of their visitors were from Africa. Only 24% of their visitors were from South Africa, meaning that 7% were from long outside Africa. So I think they are trying to live their vision, and they have a sector strategy, which we don't have. Amazing talent. Amazing talent, they've got also sector strategy. The vision that we take from that sector strategy is that, I don't know what is happening, you guys do not do a proper work. You heads may drop. By 2036, Thailand will be a world's leading quality destination through balanced development while leveraging Chinese to contribute significantly to the country's socio-economic development and wealth distribution inclusively and sustainably. Yeah, you see the word inclusively, South Africa inclusively, Thailand inclusively, you must consult. Inclusively, everybody must be involved. Tourism Ireland. To differentiate the island of Ireland on the world stage and promote all that it has to offer, making it a must-visit destination, leading to the development of dynamic and sustainable tourism sector. Jordan, that is from the Middle East. Jordan will be a distinctive destination offering diverse, year-round visitor experiences that will enrich and enrich the lives of Jordanians and their guests. Jordan will be a distinctive destination offering diverse, year-round visitor experiences that will enrich the lives of Jordanians and their guests. That is the sector vision which they have in their sector strategy. So what I'm saying is that we have seen the visions of other sectors that have come up with sector strategy before us. And this is the starting point. We must not be rudderless. We must have direction. And direction is pointing where we want to go. What points where we want to go is the vision. What points where we want to go is the vision. When we say, are we ready to take off? And we say yes, I think Barbara said yes on behalf of everybody else. If you are taking off and you even if in the simplest way, you are taking off in a plane, a flight, the flight must know where it has to go, so that it can navigate its way through the strategies and reach where it wants to go. So that is basically what I'm trying to say. Other destinations before us, and all in other countries, including Botswana, our neighbor, they've got their sector strategy. What's wrong with us? Why are we so much excited when we don't even have a sector strategy? So, what should be our tourism sector vision be? I think, like I said earlier on, tourism is government-led. Government should lead like government is doing now in this consultative process and try to come up with a sector strategy. Sector strategy, it should be led by the sector vision, because the vision points where we want to go, and everything else, the strategies are the how. How do we reach there? So basically what we are simply saying is that tourism is government-led, like I said earlier on, private sector driven, and private sector with all the difficulties, the hardships that you face, but you manage to stay afloat, you manage to drive tourism, and we must acknowledge that as government, and we must applaud our private sector, but government led in leadership. We did not provide proper leadership that we were supposed to have done. Whoever was there, I don't know, whoever was there did not provide proper leadership. So, tourism is government-led, private sector-driven, and community-based. Now, we all know this, we always talk about this. The tourism sector vision should be arrived at by the sector itself after a lengthy and genuine consultative process like we are doing now. If we are not genuine, we cannot come up with a sector strategy. We have to be genuine. We must genuinely consult the sector, and we are saying, like I said earlier on, consultative workshops for this sector strategy are not just another mere PR exercise. After you set your vision, you are setting a vision for an organization that is there. And we are simply saying the sector is there. And it must have a purpose in this economy. The purpose of the sector should be very clear in this economy. And we are simply saying, what is the core purpose of this sector? Let me just take you through. The core purpose is the organization's reason for existence. Some of you want to call that mission, but in this context we're calling it the core purpose. It should not be confused with the specific goals or business strategies, but rather should be guiding and inspiring to those falling under any such organization like us. Our sector must have a core purpose. We must clearly define our core purpose in writing and put it in writing so that government would understand why we are there. We think government understands. We understand government understands. Yes, I think also government knows why we are there. But we must really define the reasons why we exist in this economy. The core purpose is the reason for our existence in this economy. And some examples of other organizations so that you see what a core purpose is compared to what we think a core purpose is. HP. HP is mainly known for its business in computers, isn't it? It doesn't say our is to produce or make computers. It doesn't say that. It says our core purpose is to make technical contributions for the advancement and warfare of humanity. that is HP, are to make technical contributions for the advancement and welfare of humanity. It doesn't talk about it. Our core purpose is to make laptops or to make provisions. It doesn't say that. So basically, a core purpose should be, like I said earlier on, should be also inspiring. Disney, I think we all know about the Disney. When you talk about the Disney, what do we think of? When you talk about the Disney, what do we think of? I think we think of
Mickey Mouse.
What else?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Yes, all that. But the core purpose of Disney is to make people happy. That is their core purpose. They don't talk of what you think that is their core purpose. No, their core purpose is to make people happy. South Africa, in their sector strategy, also came up with what they think is their core purpose, and they say South Africa's core purpose is to increase the direct contribution of tourism to the economy through partnerships, research-based collaborative planning, research-based collaborative planning, and the implementation of agreed priority areas. That is the core purpose of South Africa tourism. ZTA's core purpose. Our mission is to serve the interest of the tourism industry through effective and efficient utilization of our resources for the benefit of the shareholder and the national economy at large. That is what we say is our core purpose. And we are saying that is for ZTA. What is, and the ZTA's core purpose might change depending on what we look at and we come and we end up, we apportion each other. But the ZTA's core purpose, as we are looking at it, that is the core purpose. But the core purpose of ZTA must be aligned to the core purpose of the ministry. The ministry's core purpose must then be aligned to the core purpose of the sector. The ministry's core purpose and vision and mission must be aligned to the sector's vision and core purpose. So basically, this we are going to do, we are going to align and we come up and we are going to write this report. So the destination core purpose, we are simply saying, destination is probably from a marketing point of view, which is most likely to be closer to the sector's core purpose. The sector's core purpose should be very much close to the destination, because the sector is the destination. We came up with a core purpose for the destination as ZTA some years back, and we say our core purpose of the destination is to reposition destination in order to regain the lost market share in the traditional markets, penetrate new markets, and grow the domestic market so as to enhance the contribution of tourism to the national economy. That is the core purpose of the destination. And I'm simply saying the core purpose of the destination and the core purpose of the sector are supposed to be closer to each other, if not one. So once we come with the sector core purpose, which is not exactly like the one that we said for the destination, this one for the destination we have to give in, and the sector's core purpose. That is what we say, and I'm simply saying, I'm hinting that the sector's core purpose should be close as possible, if not the same, with that for the destination. And I'm saying the destination's core purpose, which we came up with after consulting the industry. We consulted the industry and we had workshops with the industry, but unfortunately, we did not consult widely. We called people from here, we're calling everybody to come to Harare, and only those people who managed to come to Harare came to Harare, and they contributed to this core purpose. to reposition destination Zimbabwe in order to regain the lost market share in the traditional, penetrate new markets and grow the domestic market aims to enhance the contribution of tourism to the national economy. That is what we are simply saying. Our sector strategy should be something closer to that. If not that, should be something closer to that. Core values I want to rush now. Like I already said earlier on, core values must bring everybody together. When I say everybody, I'm saying everybody in government who has got a role to play in the enhancement of tourism. Everybody from the Ministry of Tourism, the Reserve Bank, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, Foreign Affairs, everybody must be bound by these core values. So, from government, the industry itself, yourselves, the sector, and the community that we serve must all be bound by these core values. And what are core values? Destinations that enjoy success such as Spain, Singapore, Dubai, Thailand, Malaysia, and closer to home, I always give closer to home. South Africa, whether we like it or not, South Africa will be the leader for some foreseeable future. We are, it is a big brother. So I always give the example of South Africa, and I can't give a closer home better than I would give South Africa. In Kenya, they have core values that underpin their core purpose and vision. The core values will underpin core purpose and vision. We have got a vision which we have come up with, we have got a core purpose that we will come up with, and then must have the core values. Core values will underpin what they've said your vision is, what they've said your core purpose is. And these core values, like the core purpose and vision, remain fixed. They don't change when the environment has changed. They don't change when things have changed overnight. They should remain fixed. While your strategies will change. Your practices will change because of the ever-changing environment. The sector strategies we are coming up with here are the how. The answer to the question, how are we going to navigate to reach where we want to go? So how you navigate will change depending on the environment. But core values will be unchanged. Core values provide the glue that holds the sector together. They provide the glue that holds the sector together. Core values have intrinsic value and importance to an organization. They are not learned from a book. I have seen a lot of people who, when they want to come up with their core values, when I was working for some other organizations, and I was requested, because I was too very sharp in those days, I was requested to facilitate the strategic retreat. I saw them now trying to open a textbook to come up with their core values. Trying to look for core values in a textbook. No. By so doing, you are killing the organization that you are working for. Core values are not learned from a book. Or are we supposed to be told by a management guru that your core values should be one thing? No. Core values are intrinsic. They come from us, from our own. They are important, they are so important to us so that they will come from within ourselves. I have seen a lot of core values which are not core values at all. If you look, for example, if you look at the core values of the ministry, so leadership is not a core value. Never, ever will leadership be a core value. I'm saying this about the ministry, even if when the minister was there, I was going to say it. How do you say leadership is a core value? What are you talking about? Inside this vision, even if you look at the vision, the ministry is for what? This vision is for what? It's for the ministry, isn't it? This vision is for the ministry of tourism, isn't it? What is their vision? To be a destination of choice. A ministry being a destination? That's rubbish. But there was a minister who was presiding over this. A ministry being a destination. That's why we lacked leadership for a long time, but we're clapping hands for that leader who was not leading anything. How can a ministry be a destination? Honestly speaking, I'm not critical. I'm just talking from as a citizen of this country. A ministry of tourism being a destination of choice. Shame on us. And I mean shame. I become angry when I see this type of things. How do you even proud to come and display this to the sector? A minister of tourism is now the destination of choice. Okay, fine. Let me not talk about that in case someone will report me somewhere. What is this? What do you say the destination of choice? Ever since we've been talking about this, why are they still bringing? This is a good example of a bad vision. A very good example of a what? Of a bad vision. Where a whole ministry with a whole minister saying we are a destination of choice as a ministry. Okay, let me go back to my slide. I was saying core values have intrinsic value and importance to an organization. They are not learned from a book, and nor are they heard from a management guru or from management gurus. I gave this example. I did not mention the organization, and I will not mention the organization because the organization is so important to me. I went to the office of the head of that organization, and I saw a friend like this, okay? A vision for that organization. The vision was more or less good. It was more or less like a proper vision. And the mission statement was also very well crafted, and it made sense. But when it comes to the core values, that's where I said, can go the all. 15 core values. I think those we have organization, they know what I'm talking about. 15 core values. How many have 15 core values? When you say core, we mean really core. They have 15 values, but core. You can't have 15 core values. You can't have 15 core values and say they're core. So that organization was, I told people in Block for Blood that I went to the director's office and I was asking him about one of the core values. That was not a core value, that was not a value at all. And he said, what do you mean? I said, but that is what is one of your core values? So he had also put in very good frame. That organization is good money. Very good frame, well frame, and put it outside, just outside this door, so that people who enter also to see the core values. I said, let's go outside. And they saw, what do you mean by this? What it means that core values, we just don't just put them and say everybody should just read them your members should understand them, they must be bound by them. Like what I'm saying, core values are supposed to be the glue that binds the organization together. So basically what I'm saying is that core values are not just something that you just think of when you throw them or put them in a frame like what we are saying. Ralph S. Lesson, the Chief Executive Officer of Johnson & Johnson, and like I said, I like quoting him, sum up core values when he said, the core values embodied in our credo, the mission statement, might be of competitive advantage. That is coincidental. They might be of competitive advantage to us. That is coincidental. But that is not the reason why we have them. We have them because they define for us what we stand for. That is basically what core values do. They define for an organization, for this sector, what this sector stands for. So they are not just things that we just put in a picture frame because we've gone to other organizations, we saw them well-framed pictures and they are putting them on their walls and we say we must also do the same. No, never. There are a lot of organizations that do this, that do that. Because others have them, let us also have a vision, a mission, put in a picture frame. If that is the case, then you are doomed. These things serve a purpose, and the purpose is the direction of where you want to go. We need to identify the core values of our sector, but we must always remember that for the values to be core, there must be few. Values can be there, there can be many, you can have a lot of values, but what we core. When we have seen some organizations that have more than 10 core values, they are not core. They could be values, all of them that they are could be values, but they are not core. Core values should be few. We must be relentlessly honest with ourselves when we define core values, and we must articulate. When we start articulating more than 5, we are. No, there's no way you can say I'm late. Please, this is a very important session. If we don't get this session proper, we will not. Anything else that we do will not help. This is what you're saying. I'm late. Please keep it. I'm not late. This important session. We must face. That's why we have been misleading this sector. That's why they say there's no vision, because we think we are doing things that are proper. It's not. It's improper. This is the most important of all sessions. Gentlemen, understand me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm begging with you to understand me. We must set the direction right, first and foremost. Before we talk of anything else, we must set the direction right. If we mess it up there, we are not doing the right thing. And we must do the right thing, and we must do things right. So basically what I'm saying is, I am not late, I'm not blaming anyone. This is why people have come here. They want to understand the direction which this sector must go. Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me. We must set direction for ourselves. You must know that it is very important, yes, but this is the most important of any strategy session. So I think, everyone, thank you very much for reminding me that time is running out. We must be relentlessly honest to define what values are truly core to the tourism sector. If we articulate more than 5, chances are that we are confusing our core values. And please, let us not confuse our core values with our strategies, with our practices. Okay? When we say leadership is a core value, no, it's a practice. It's not a core value. It's a professional practice that we talk about. So basically when we talk about core values, we must not mislead and confuse them. Let us be very clear. We must all remember that core values must stand the test of time. I want to give my last slide, which is on strategic objectives. And since I've been told that I wasted a lot of time, I don't know whether I wasted time for you. I want to say strategic objectives, these are long-term goals that help to convert the core purpose and the broad vision into specific targets. When we say strategic objectives, we are talking about where are we, where do we want to go, and we put targets that will help us. This simply defines an objective is what an organization must achieve to make its strategy success. What we must do and what we must achieve to make the strategy a success. And we've come up, I'm rushing it now, we've come up with strategic objectives that are, most of these objectives are part of us. But the figures that are given there are just fictitious figures. Please take note, the figures which are given there are just fictitious figures. An example of an objective is to increase tourist arrivals from 1.5 million in 2017 to 15 million by 2030. That is an objective. Do I add 15? Now, it's an objective. When you said 5, you wanted to say to have 5 million arrivals by 2020. That's basically what it meant. It's an objective. So we must simply say we want to increase tourist arrivals. You must start by defining where you are. From 1.5 million in 2017 to 15 million by 2030. These figures are fictitious, but we must come up with a real figure that will stand, that will be realistic and achievable. To increase total direct and indirect contribution to national GDP from the current 2.5 billion to 11 billion by 2030. Please note, figures are fictitious. To increase tourism export earnings. Those are, I'm using tourism export earnings so that we emphasize to those that think we are not an export sector. We are an export sector. What we receive in the terms of tourism receipts, that I've said that those are the tourism receipts. What we are saying, those are export earnings from 1 billion in 2017 to 9 billion by 2030. To increase total direct, indirect, and induced employment from the current 200,000 in 2017 to 700,000 by 2030. To increase contribution to capital investment from the current 500 million in 2017 to 1.5 billion by 2030. And I'm simply saying the figures that I've put there are just fictitious. So when we come up with our objectives, objectives also must not be too many. There will be 5, maybe for the sector, 5 to 7. When you stretch it too hard, maybe 8 objectives. 10 are too many. I want to say 10 are too many. So when you come up with the objectives, what do you come up with now? You come up with your 2017 should be the best. What you put for 2017 should be accurate. You come up with 2018, 2019, 2020, up to 2030 with what you think will be done. On each objective, you will come up with a trajectory for each year up to 2030. And once you've done that, you have set your direction. And what is now left is now to come up with what? The how now. So this is direction setting. Yes, I know this session takes a lot of time. I know it's not something that I can just read and browse over. It's something that I must really explain to you. I know most of you are very familiar with the strategy. Most of you are very familiar with the vision, core purpose, core values, and objectives. I think, but for this sector, I thought I should take my time and do what I've just done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe may I now call Sophie's Rewa back to the top table. And I think at this juncture, you have shared your thoughts and given us an appreciation of some of the issues that you have highlighted, particularly on the vision for the sector. And thank you very much for doing that. And I think let's now open the floor to you, our respected and distinguished stakeholders. What do you think should be some of the elements to underpin the sector? And if you can also make your interventions on the issues that Sophie Zerebo has also highlighted on our situation. Is it all encompassing? Was these issues that she highlighted will also form part of our national tourism sector strategy document? May I now open the floor for your interventions and comments? If you can just be kind enough, when you have an intervention, you raise your hand and tell us where you are from, so that we can also take note of where the intervention has come from. Can we be satisfied that there are no interventions? Yes, thank you very much. If we can have Robin mics, please. I see you can introduce yourself and proceed to give us your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Blessing from Railroad Linkers. I just wanted to say thank you very much, Dr. Kaseke, and but also to say your brains should not be set on, because you also never know when the next change will come, because change starts with you, with me, and it actually starts today. So let's not sit on problems. They can be addressed. And from your presentation, we were actually looking at South Africa. In this Southern African region, we realized that South Africa is actually more tourists visiting their destination. I think as we also come up with our vision, we need to look into our pricing system, because if you look at the way the prices in the hospitality industry for South Africa, they are actually far much, there's a very big difference from the way we have priced our tourism packages here in Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Very much, Mercy. I'll come back to the presenters and just so that they can deal with that issues maybe after I get 2, 3 other persons. Yes, from the middle. If you can have a mic for the gentleman. Yes, sir.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity to present my observation. Mine is on a presentation by Sophie Zerebo. She was talking about statistics, but she never mentioned the sports tourism. I don't know if we don't recognize sports tourism as a country, but if we do, we need to engage the municipality and other sporting bodies so as to upgrade our facilities so that we also increase our tourism from this sports person. Thank you.
Another intervention? Yes, I see 2 ladies from this end.
Thank you for the opportunity. Love joining from Bush Tracks. One of the things I've looked at, I will be addressing it, Dr. Kaseke said. One of our core values should be to make the client or guest or whoever feel safe. Because whenever they come to a country, they're thinking of how safe am I going to be? So looking at defaults, I think some of my colleagues will agree with me. If you maybe if someone is coming from Botswana, Zambia, or the airport, they don't feel safe. The immigration process is too long. A flight comes in at 12:30. People get to the hotel at 1 or 2:30. So that also impacts our tourism, because remember, if one person is happy, they're going to tell 10 more people. But if one person is sad, they tell 10 people will tell 15, 15 will be 100. So look at that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, madam, please proceed with your intervention.
Thank you very much. My name is Jane Hai. I'm from the Chimanimani Tourist Association. I've been following the workshop around the country. It's been interesting. I would just like to say that in coming up with our core values, I'm a little bit worried that there's a disparity between our core values as operators in the tourism industry, and that might in fact might hold us back in the formulation of our policies. I'm from Chimanimani, and our mountains are being ravaged at the moment by gold pannas. So I'm just wondering about the core values in tourism. If our core values are going to be based on making a lot of money in the short term, then that's okay. But if our core values are that tourism can really be a pillar where we build our environment and protect our environment for the future of other generations, not just ourselves, then I think we're going to get somewhere with coming up with effective policies for tourism. Because our product, in my view, is fully based upon our natural heritage. And unless we devise our policies and our industry in such a way that it is actually going to grow the power of our environment to provide jobs for people in the long term, then I think that we may fail in our efforts here to come up with effective policies based on our core values. Thank you.
Very much. I think I will take you say as for now, after you made your intervention, you will come back to this. Please proceed.
Thank you very much. My name is Tapiwa Tapundwa from the Zimbabwe Ezekiel University in Pindura. I would like to add my comments coming from what Sophie also Doc has said. From the presentation from Sophie, you highlighted that you showed us the top 5 places visited in Zimbabwe, and number 1 being Harare with 29%, and the number 5 being Masvingo with 4%. Having 4% and you are number 5, it's a very small figure. Now, and also, Doc, as you were talking about the strategy about Kenya, you also mentioned that their strategy is more of marketing, and I would agree to that. And also, you highlighted that majority of the tourism. And looking at the core purpose of our nation, I've seen that most of the things is about domestic and traditional tourism, with very few or one element where it just said new markets. Maybe it was also referring to other places. And so you highlighted that poor roads and prices were some of the issues that were contributing to the lower figures. But I would also want to think that it is also good that we focus on marketing. Like what Kenya, the doc has said that Kenya's core purpose is more of marketing. And us also, we need to market Zimbabwe, we need to market our tourists. destination. We have many places, and from the top 5 visited, our number 5 being Mashing, we're having only 4%. We have other places, we don't know what is happening to Chinoikas, we don't know what is happening to other places. So I think
values, I think the other lady talked about us maybe to make sure our guests feel safe, and I think the emphasis on the environment. Sophie, I think we also need to address the issue of tourism, sports tourism statistics, and for that. Maybe let me start with Sophie, then I'll come back to you, Dr. Kasek. Your intervention on the issues asked.
Thank you. The speaker is quite right on sports tourism. It is a very important element of the whole pie of tourism, and of course we didn't put a slide there which we have taken note of, and maybe next time we should also display statistics relating to sports tourism, because they are part of the events that I was referring to, that they boost tourism. Like now we will be hosting the World Cricket Trials, and the teams will be in Zimbabwe for quite some time, and it is part of tourism, and related to that is also culture. Maybe I'll also touch on the issue of pricing. The issue of pricing has been debated quite a lot, and last year, or a year before, we carried out a study on the cost of doing business in Zimbabwe. And it's quite sad to note that the playing field is not really fair per se within the region, because we have so many licenses that are required on our operators for them to comply by the government. And these licenses cost quite a substantial amount of money. And this is then passed on to the consumer, who is the tourist. So I think in this new government, they need to really look at how they can evaluate that and how those prices can be reduced. Because, for example, we called all the licensing authorities, and they said we are not being given money to carry out our own programs or their mandates. So they get their money from the license fees. So they have no other option except to charge. So the government has to look at how they can deal with that issue, and then maybe the prices will also be reduced by the operators.
Dr. Kasek.
Thank you, Mr. Noah. Thank you, colleagues and participants. Yes, that is basically why we're here. We have got what should have explained to you when he was opening this session. That we've got a set of 8 rapporteurs. These rapporteurs are supposed to be capturing what you are saying, and what you are saying will then be consolidated into a report. The report will then be used to write this strategy. And I'm very happy that you have pointed out issues that want to be looked into as well, looking into the core values. The core values, we are going to limit them to at most 5. But we are going to take into account all what we are saying and what we've said. So please be comfortable that what we are saying is not said in vain. Things will be taken into account. I don't think we want to come up with core values here and say these are our core values. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to contribute to the core values, how the core values should be like. I think that is the idea. I don't think we want to come up with a vision in here. We must contribute on what we think the vision should be like. Like what we are saying, the gentleman has talked about Kenya, which you are saying that Kenya's vision is more biased towards marketing, which I think is what you are just agreeing with. So basically, what you are saying is that what you are doing is actually you are doing things that are in the right direction. The lady who spoke first talked about problems must be talked about. I I did not understand exactly what she meant, but we are talking about problems. We are talking about problems. I am one person who does not hide or skate about a problem. Whether the problem is coming from heaven or from hell, I'll talk about it. So I don't know, I not clearly understand you when you say, let us talk about the problems. Yes, I hope you're just supporting me, I don't know. I don't know. But that is the issues that are raised during this first session of questions. I think we need more of these things. Suggestions on what the vision should be like. Suggestions on what the core purpose should be like.
Must be inclusive in the business sector, and also in the local community. When Mr. Dr. Kase talking, I've been following, but I never heard when he was giving like most of our tourism destination or tourism things which attract tourists are natural resources. For those natural resources to be sustainable, we have to take in the local community by trying to give the local community something so that they can be involved in our vision and also being involved in their socially and economically, so that they can also help by defending or preserving our local natural resources. So inclusive and the sustainability, those are some of the words which we should have, which must have to be in the national strategy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that comment. I also saw another end, and the issue's been covered here. Okay, so any other person who has got another contribution, dear colleagues, our colleague from Chimanimani, thank you very much for being a permanent feature of this consultative process. We really value your inputs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think because we're experiencing what happens when your product is under real threat. The word biodiversity comes to mind, and the ability for tourism to enhance and protect the biodiversity upon which these communities that we are talking about, that we wish to include in our tourism, in the joy of tourism, if you like. I think biodiversity and that word, if we could start looking at it and seeing exactly what it could mean and does mean to tourism, if we could look at including that word, I think it would be very helpful in the long term. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think it's not only for the mountain, I think even everywhere within Zimbabwe, the biodiversity is a key feature on our tourism product. I think thank you very much to take note of that. I want to open once again for the benefit of everyone. Any other keywords you think should be in the vision of tourism in Zimbabwe? I'm going to be auctioning the ESF. 3, 2, 1. I see one intervention. Any other person who also wants to be given the mic? Yes, sir. From Kaza. I've seen 2 requests for intervention. Is there any other third person? So that at least we have an odd number. We don't conclude the session on an even number. Yes, I think, sir, from this end. Let's proceed in that order.
Thank you so much. My name is Talent from Black Snow Holdings. And looking from where we've come from as a sector and what had happened to us as a country, as an industry, I think when shaping the way forward, one key word that came to my mind is accountability. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Accountability, I think we'll see where it fits in the vision, in the core values, or in the strategic objectives. Well noted. Thank you. Yes, sir. From Kaza, I'm looking at you, sir. You can just stand up and fully introduce yourself as you give us your intervention.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Godwin from Kaza, TFC. Looking at the values.
Thanks, Sophie, for a very good presentation earlier. And just ask us if we can reflect for a moment on a figure that really stood out for me, and that was, or in the figures, the trend, the drop-off in '99, shocking drop-off, and the inability of us as a destination to recover over all those years, 18 years. We haven't, am I right, Sophie, managed to get back to 99's figures. And I think that's a critical issue for us to tackle. We need to put it out front and center. And to me, it relates directly to something that we've talked about before, and that is perception. The perception of our destination is something that we need to all, right from our leaders in government who are going to lead, and through obviously the private sector, we need to realize that we have to manage our perception. In order to manage that perception, if we don't sort it out, we're just not going to achieve any sort of goal that's going to be appreciative and sustainable. The perception surely that I believe we need to be putting out into the market is that we're a safe and friendly destination. We have an incredible natural asset, natural heritage, and we are committed to its preservation. We are an easy destination to package. At the moment, we're seeing so many of our international visitors only coming to Victoria Falls. We're a difficult destination to package on the ground, and the perception in the marketplace is very much the same. They won't go further than Victoria Falls until A, we change that perception, and B, we